Welcome to Drill Down Earnings. We have quarterly results out from Box. It was a pretty good quarter for this company. This is a business story about one stock on a move. I'm Cory Johnson, Chief Market Strategist for Epistrophy Capital Research. Q3 earnings for this company, fiscal third quarter. It was a little bit better than Wall Street expected. Let's look at the actual numbers here, not just the beat or the miss. $276 million in revenues, remaining performance obligations of $1.3 billion, up 13%. We'll dig into that in a second. And profits, but the top line number, revenue growth at 5%, holding steady for this business that is getting bigger and getting more profitable. Operating profits are EBIT margins of 8%. That's a lot better than this company's delivered historically. And they raised over $400 million in convertible bond offering, which means they're in a very comfortable place to spend some money in innovation and on sales. Sales is showing results. They signed a bunch of companies. They ticked off the press release: Blue Origin, Citadel, Moelis, Gibson and Dunn and Legal, Biogen, the Food and Drug Administration, Vulcan Materials, Vico Instruments, Lionsgate, San Antonio Spurs. I mean, if Greg Popovich likes you, well, the rest of the world should be against you. Greg Popovich, come on. Doesn't get any better than that. But what I think maybe the most important thing was they were talking about the success they've had with a new product that they introduced during their BoxWorks convention recently called Enterprise Advanced. It uses AI to categorize and even use information in companies they're storing. Imagine, for example, if you're storing all kinds of invoices or they're coming into your Box system and you want to say, hey, find the invoices that are due or find the invoices who were due to get paid. Your intelligent Enterprise Advanced supposedly can go through the content that's stored in a Box system and actually figure out what it is, where it is, and put it to use in a really active way. That's a new tool for them. And what we saw, though, revenue growth was only at 5%, RPO growth, that is to say, remaining performance obligations, billings and other business that's not just receivables, was up 13%. So that suggests some real energy behind their sales process and some excitement. And yet, the guidance was a little bit less than Wall Street expected. And it was better than my numbers, again, just a little bit. But revenue next quarter, they said was going to be only $279 million, up 6%. Again, we talked about 5% growth, 6% is more than 5%. You can do the math. But nonetheless, a little bit less than Wall Street expected, as well as annual guidance, also of $1.09 billion, a little bit than Wall Street's numbers, better than my numbers, but the stock sold off and after hours trading down 3%. Now for the year, the stock is up 30%, so a little bit better than the S&P 500 at this point, kind of right in line there, but a little more drama because last quarter, a good quarter sent the stock flying. Nonetheless, in the CEO conversation in the conference call, I thought it was really interesting. Aaron Levie, one of my favorites, talking about, kind of to my surprise, I listen to conference calls all the time. I talk to lots and lots of companies. It was interesting to hear him talk about all of the other companies that have AI products in the marketplace and how Box realized they really needed to have something that was as exciting to use as they're hearing from their customers who are using Salesforce, who are using ServiceNow. That's the inspiration for Box. Listen to what Aaron Levie had to say.
If you look at, let's say, Salesforce with Force.com and then the App Exchange and then Lightning, customers and partners can quickly build any type of CRM application. Or with ServiceNow, you have the App Engine Studio where you can quickly build any kind of workflow technology. Or with Workday Extend, you can build applications within the HRIS environment. And so we sort of sat around and said, well, where's our version of that? Where a customer comes in and they say, I want to be able to quickly build an experience within Box that powers the business processes for every line of business that I have that deal with content. And again, Cruise had been building up in our ecosystem, kind of delivering that type of capability for our customer base. And between the Cruise acquisition and the timing around that, as well as coupled with really the advancements in AI, we said, okay, this is the moment where we can finally deliver that type of solution. We can have an AI-powered, no-code application builder to power workflows in the enterprise, backed by the security, compliance, data governance, unlimited storage, platform capabilities that we have that give us really kind of a superior offering. So that's what I'm most excited about. Obviously, this is all kind of culminating in this idea of intelligent content management. And BoxWorks for us was just the milestone event to put a flag in the ground and say to the world, we are going to be the most transformational platform for working with your content. But for us, it opens up, hundreds or thousands of new use cases that we can go after. So, certainly, over the next couple of quarters, we'll share some updates around how this is going to evolve. But as you can imagine, internally our plans for this are quite ambitious.
Yeah, and then in terms of impact on the model,
so ambitious plans for this, and it's already showing up in some of the numbers that the company's been putting out. But what's your big drill on earnings takeaway for Q3 earnings for Box? Here's your essential summary. $276 million, a 5% increase, a steady increase in revenues on a year-over-year basis. But the drill on earnings bite, the one number that tells you a whole lot, is 13%. RPOs, that's orders for future orders essentially, remaining performance obligations for business they booked, up 13%, even though revenues are only up 5%. That shows really strong growth is coming in the future and that their new products in the market are driving a faster adoption rate than they've seen in the past. All right, thanks for checking out Drill Down Earnings. I'm Cory Johnson. Follow me on X at Cory TV, and please subscribe to Drill Down Pod on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. We appreciate it.